Event, I, Indu Mehta, would welcome you all for a very special afternoon of this MIT India initiative and WeSchool as a 5-day workshop on design, technology, and social innovation. On behalf of organizing team of both the partners, I welcome you all. And now I would request Dr. Salunke to felicitate the guest. Mr. Saurabh Vijayji, who is a Principal Secretary of Higher Education. Thank you so very much, sir. Shri Advocate S.K. Jain, and will be felicitating Vijay Kole, sir. Yeah, please give a huge round of applause. Thank you very much. As we all know, the 5-day journey of 300 participants, 10 tracks, 30 mentors are coming to an end today. But I'm sure this is not the end of the journey. In fact, it's a new beginning for all of us. With this, I would request our group director, Dr. Uday Salunke, to please address the gathering. Sir needs no introduction. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, please welcome, sir. Thank you.
Guys, 3 cheers for MIT, India and WeSchool workshop, guys. Give a big hand to all the participants. Woo! Guys, 5 days is not a joke, right? 5 days. Non-stop, 5 days. You all are slogging. So that's why royal salute to you. Our chief guest for the evening, Honorable Saurabh Vijayji, the Principal Secretary for Higher and Technical Education. And I must admit here, despite of his very, very busy schedule today in Mantralaya, and even he is supposed to rush back, but still he's agreed to be chief guest, at least for a brief while. So, sir, thank you very much for your commitment to the fraternity. Dr. Vijay Kole, a guest of honor, former Vice Chancellor, Mumbai University, mentor for us. We have Advocate S.K. Jain, sir, our chairman of CDC of WeSchool and managing council of SP Mandali Art Trust. Piyush ji, Piyush is our guru from the MIT India side. Piyush, thank you very much for such a hard work. Piyush and Paritosh, both of them. And we have Joint Secretary of Skill Development, Dr. Suvarna Kharajji. Ma'am, thanks for sparing your time. My trustees, Devale sir, who's present here. Former Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajan Velukar sir, who's also were there on the day one to be with us. So we respect that. Duriji, who's there with, and the fellow mentors, professors, researchers from MIT and Harvard. It's welcome again to WeSchool because we are going to be enduring friends and not only for this 5 days. And I must also congratulate the WeSchool team led by Dr. Jitendra Mishra, Sriram, Sagar, and Captain Sujata, Rajesh, Garima, and all the faculty colleagues, and student volunteers. It's a massive job. Woo! It's wonderful. I'm glad to see such a wonderful and fascinating energy and enthusiasm here. It's unparalleled. It's unparalleled. And I'm sure I think we will take this forward to a higher level. and all participants who worked, and we spent a lot of time in education track, being an education school, business school, and at the same time, I could see through the way in which I think you have given your commitment, your dedication, which is unparalleled. And I'm more than confident that we all are there with you, along with MIT India, that how we can take entire your thought process, your outcome to the next level. Do you want to take it to next level or give up here? Do you want to take it to next level? Wow, that's a great spirit. And we are blessed by Honorable Fadnavis ji, who was here, and he spent almost close to 2 hours giving lot of guidance, as well as Vijay Saurabh ji has given lot of guidance, lot of inputs. Suvarna ji has done that. In fact, Sujata Sonik ji, Additional Chief Secretary ma'am, she has also done that. So I'm sure all the dignitaries who are present here, luminaries who visited, all of them have given a lot of input. And I'm more than confident that the outcome of this is definitely a personal learning, and you must have raised your bar. I did check with some of the students, participants, and I feel it's nice that all disciplines coming together and learning from each other. Whether you are from engineering, you are from medical, you are from architecture, you are from management, where it was a wonderful journey for the co-creation of the future and to solve societal problems. India as a country has a lot of challenges to face, but definitely you have shown your commitment as a wonderful citizen leaders. So I appreciate your gesture, and let's be in touch with each other in the future, and all the best. Take care and enjoy your evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, sir, for your inspiring words. I'm sure we all are geared up to take our initiatives forward. I would request Dr. Salunke to felicitate Dr. Suvarna Kharat, who is a Joint Secretary Education by Government of Maharashtra. Sir, thank you very much. You have to felicitate Suvarna Kharat. And please come on the stage. And please come on the stage. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Now, I would request Shri S.K. Jain, sir, to please address the gathering. I'll just give you the brief introduction about sir. I got to know the sir's first name. It's Sohan K. Jain. That's right. So, Sohan K. Jain is graduate from University of Pune.
Live.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Please
Only 2
welcome,
days
sir.
Before only it has been done.
Thank you, sir.
Dignitaries on the dais, chief guest of these functions, Saurabh ji, Swarna Kharat madam, Dr. Uday Salunke, Dr. Khole, Dr. Rajen, and my dear students. I have already spoken 4 days before. I hope that you must have utilized this opportunity for workshop on the point of social innovations and other parts are concerned. As I have already spoken, so I will not take much time. But let me tell you one more thing which you must have come across. Indian economy is a saving economy. Everybody wants to save something than to spend more. At the same time, India has a traditional value-based industry and economy, and you are a progressive, and that is the fusion which I have already told you. I hope that in these 5 days, while visiting the campus, visiting various parts of Mumbai city, you must have come across various situations by which must be converted into the innovations, and about the aims and object of this workshop or learning part is concerned. I think that there is interactions amongst you, and many more such workshops will be taken place. With this hope, I stop here. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful words. I'm sure we all can say that after this workshop will be our version 2.0. With this, I would like to invite Vijay Khole, sir, former VC of Mumbai University, to come on stage and address the gathering. Uh, Okay. So we'll invite the chief guest to address the gathering first. Thank you very much.
All honorable dignitaries on the dais and all the guests who have come from all over India, I would just like to convey my best wishes to all of you. I'm sure this would have been a rich experience, learning experience for most of you. But the great ideas that we saw, actually, I have myself seen heard the students presenting, the multidisciplinary team coming out with some real creative solutions, which has been actually possible through this discussion, some kind of design thinking which went into it. And we want to encourage it. In fact, Maharashtra itself, with some, I would say, number of students, both in professional education and general education, we need to work in more multidisciplinary teams and have to spread this culture to every college, every university, where we need to have a thriving campus which discusses our issues, the community faces, the challenges that we face. In fact, a solution even to the problem of that why we are not so a rule-abiding society and how to encourage at what age should we. So these kind of all problems one needs to have a multidisciplinary team, have to have a thinking on those lines. We need to really take this idea forward. And I'm sure with the help of Skill Development Department, Higher and Technical Education Department, Government of Maharashtra, and with the new educational policy that will be unveiled very soon, I'm sure we will be able to have this culture of finding co-creatively thinking about solutions to most of the problems that the community faces. Once again, my best wishes to all the members who have come here, not only from India, but I can see that many friends are there from international community. I welcome them, and I think that not only this multi-diverse team can really find solutions to most of the problems that we face, both environmental wise and maybe developmental issues. And I wish again all the best to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. As we all know, Saurav Vijayji is Principal Secretary of Higher Education. And sir, with your commitment and this thing, we hope the solutions which have been proposed by this workshop will cut across boundaries of cultures, disciplines, and institutions. Thank you very much, sir. And now I would request Khole sir to come on the stage and address the gathering. He is former Vice Chancellor of Mumbai University and mentor for WeSchool.
Mr. Saurav Vijay, Principal Secretary Higher and Technical Education, who just spoke to you and has left, Group Director WeSchool, Professor Uday Salonke, Mr. S.K. Jain, Chairman of Shikshan Prasarak Mandali, Dr. Suvarna Kharat, Joint Secretary, Skill Education, Government of Maharashtra, my former colleague and former Vice Chancellor of University of Mumbai, Professor Rajan Velukar, other distinguished invitees, and all students who participated with so much of enthusiasm in this joint activity which was organized at WeSchool. I would only like to bring before you 2 or 3 important features which I noticed. I'm sure you will appreciate the significance of those features. One is it's a joint activity between MIT Boston, MIT India, and WeSchool in Mumbai, which actually brought together quite a lot of talent, and especially from the student community in areas of different aspects which actually touch the society. So the areas which were covered by the student teams included education, included healthcare, included environment, included social inclusion. And when I saw some of these tracks, I noticed that brilliant ideas were presented to all of us, which actually gives a lot of scope for improvement in our current system. Secondly, experts from different areas also came together. Students were given, I think, about only 4 or 5 days to form a team, to come together, think of a theme, and prepare a presentation. But we saw that despite some of these limitations, students really thought of brilliant ideas, thought that these ideas could be converted into solutions which would be important for disrupting the current system and current management. This particular experiment, I'm sure, must have taught the students to come together, think of a common theme, share ideas, and work in a group. This particular aspect of your working for the last 4 or 5 days, I'm sure will teach you many important lessons which would be important for your future course in life. This institution is known for implementing several progressive ideas and bringing about quite a lot of experimentation, especially in the sector of education. The institution also has taken lead in helping the government in deciding the policy decisions, especially with reference to social inclusion. All of you must have noticed that the principal secretary came, looked at the entire proceedings. The joint secretary, skill education, she herself came, looked at various tracks, and probably will use the ideas as far as her skill development section in policy section in Government of Maharashtra. Participation of Government of Maharashtra in all these activities is also an important feature of this activity. And I'm sure you will appreciate the interest shown by government officers in some of these progressive measures which educational institutions now are displaying. And secondly, senior educational leaders of Government of Maharashtra, represented by my former colleague, Professor Rajan Velukar, they also have come and participated. Their participation is also useful with reference to planning the new strategy of education for Government of Maharashtra. So we also learn quite a lot of lessons from such activities. We learn ideas, we learn bright ideas, especially from the student community, and probably we also appreciate some of the solutions which students have in mind. Tomorrow's education actually is to be decided by the student community by expressing what areas are of importance to them and what their opinions are with reference to what the education policy should be. I'm sure some of us will have taken important clues from our interaction with the students, from our seeing what students have to say and display in their projects. For me, especially, this was an interesting exercise. I personally learnt a lot, and then I must commend and compliment the group director of WeSchool, his colleagues, who actually are very enthusiastic in organizing such an activity, organizing students, taking care of students in such large numbers. So let us compliment the WeSchool, the director, and the entire faculty. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, sir. You are like a mentor who's a charming gardener who makes our souls blossom. Your inspiring word has really given them the motivation to take things forward. Now I would request Mr. Piyush Verma, who is head of MIT India Initiative, to come up on the stage and call all the mentors of the tracks which we have from FinTech, Mobility, Investigative Journalism, Reimagining Education, Healthcare, Community-Based Health Solution, Public Spaces, Environmental Resilience, Housing and Energy, and Social Empowerment through Music for reflection and summary. Thank you very much. Welcome to Piyush. Yes.
I would like to invite the first mentor from FinTech Group, Sameep Jain.
Hi. Let's make some noise, FinTech people. All right. Great job. I've seen the progress from day 1 till day 5. I was not expecting the solution which you guys came up with. Just to give you a brief scenario what they did, they went to Dharavi and the other market to figure out the local challenges like within the communities, and then they came back. They observed, they reflected, and then they worked, spent their 40% of the time just refining the problem statement. And they were like, we have done all our work, writing the insights, writing the inferences, but we don't know what we should do. But they were like still doing it, writing all the problem statement and trusting the design thinking process. And I hope it worked for you all. And after that, they started ideating solution. And I was like, we don't have enough time. We should spend more time like doing the solution rather than like going outside taking tea breaks. And eventually, today in the morning when I saw that, I was like, wow, this is just amazing. It was like, I don't know what happened last night, what you guys had. I don't know what was mixed in your food, but that was just amazing presentation today. All of you, amazing job. I would also like to thank the volunteers who was involved in the process for the FinTech, Vaishali, and then other one, Drashti, and again, there were a few other one like who were like coming along, Ruchi, Shreya, and everyone else involved in the process. Thank you so much. Without you guys, I don't think so we would have been like done the prototyping and like everything related to the FinTech process. Thank you so much, guys. Also, other than that, there are a few people who are very special. They have done really good job managing this entire program run seamlessly. It's Nainika and Zara and Saib as well, like who was managing the entire social media. Thank you so much, guys. All right, this is it. If you guys have any question related to FinTech or related to like anything other than FinTech, or you guys want to know about me, feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you, Sami, for those powerful words. Now we would like to invite Vic and Annie from Mobility Track.
Let's hear from the mobility folks. So our track focused on the transport paradox, which is when GDP increases, pretty much everything improves. Housing improves, food improves, transportation, not so much. In the 1980s in China, you had people biking everywhere. Today, you have congestion. And so we're trying to look at how you can improve transportation. And the reason why it's so difficult to do so is it's not a good, it's a system. And so there are key pain points that you need to address from a behavioral perspective. My students could all give this lecture right now. And so the students took a couple days to explore these concepts, and then they went out into the field, and they picked certain areas that they wanted to focus on, whether it be walking or public transit, or ambulances or trucking, and they explored the pain points. And I just wanted to say, I've run this workshop at MIT before, and people immediately jump to the technology solutions or whatever sexy app they can make. And I was blown away by the solutions that our students came up with. They came back, and not only did they really understand the problems incredibly deeply on a very passionate level, but one of the biggest difficulties was they weren't willing to settle for anything less than solving the problems. And so I'll let Vic talk about the problems themselves, but we were honestly blown away by what they came up with.
Can we have all the students that were part of the workshop stand up real briefly, and the volunteers from the mobility workshop? Can we give a round of applause for all of them, please? Thank you, guys. You guys were amazing. I just would like to say, I think Annie agrees, I think working with your teams, and each of you guys has been the best experience this week. And I've learned so much about India and Mumbai from you all, and a couple of projects that stood out to us was sort of in this space of mobility and transportation. One of the things was that we were looking at, it was sort of logistics and trucking. We had a team that looked at how can we improve the safety of truck drivers in Mumbai and other parts of India, and they developed an amazing solution to kind of look at, or multiple solutions to look at how can we optimize that logistical effort with the trucking industry. We also had teams that looked at pedestrianization, so how can we improve how people walk from east to west of Mumbai, and how can we reduce the transit time that it takes to get from one end to the other, and make Mumbai a more fun city to walk around and to be in. And we also had teams that looked at operations and signage, especially in a city with so many different cultures and dynamics. It's important to have a system that is accessible for everyone. And everyone on this team really took that to heart and tried to implement that into their solutions. So I just want to say thank you all for making that happen. And I think Annie and I we're just blown away from what you guys have done, and we're hoping to make this even better next year.
Thank you, Vic and Annie. I'm sure the insights which you have given will really take us forward into the meaningful solutions. Now I would request for investigative journalism, Safina Ali and Vishesh Kumar. Okay.
Just before that, Sagar, I'll request Vedukar sir, please grace on the stage, and madam, please come and appreciate the efforts of all the people. Please. Yeah, Vedukar sir. Yeah, please carry on.
Yeah, now I would request Safina Ali and Vishesh Kumar to give the reflection and summary about investigative journalism.
Hi everyone, our track was called Telling Tangible Tales, and we had a lot of other names like investigation, journalism, etc. We dealt with telling stories in interactive, fun, game-like ways about social issues. So first I want to give props to our students because they dealt with very, very difficult topics such as harassment, news, media, environment problems, and then displayed them in very provocative ways. So do you guys all want to stand up? All of Tales people. And let's give a round of applause for them. So in our track, people came up with installations, art pieces, video documentaries, and games to talk about the issues that they picked up. Overall, it was a great experience. Thank you so much, WeSchool, for hosting us. Thanks for Piyush, Nanika, Zara, everyone who helped with the logistics, and our volunteers, Ritvik, Soumya, Gauri, Priyanka. Thank you so much. And support, sorry.
Thank you, Safina and Vishesh. Now for Reimagining Education, Jihi Guide, Mike and Shivani. Please welcome them with a huge round of applause.
If you are on our track, you guys are gonna make me cry, so don't clap too much. If you are in our track, can you please stand, unless if you're injured on it, if you don't have to. Okay, so this week, we together, and also if you're a volunteer and our professor, you can please stand. You're definitely part of the team. So this week, we together reimagined education. Woo! And it was, as you all know, you can sit or you can stand and like pose for the camera if you want to. And as you all know in the room, I think education is a topic that's really close to all of our hearts. And I think that what really stood out to me was the amount of passion that all of the track members had for the topic. And I think, just like was said before, everyone in the track was not willing to settle for anything that wasn't going to address the entire system. So I think what was really cool was for all of us to work together to carve out a slice of education that we could find a prototype or an idea or an innovation for this week, keeping in mind that there is literally over 1 billion people in India who also want to see our education problems be solved, that we're not working alone. And I think I just learned an incredible amount from working with this diverse group of like brilliant, very passionate, just amazing and fun people. So I know Mike and Shivani have things to say, so I'll stop talking now. But just thank you. I'm going to remember this like forever. Thank you so much.
Just to add on to what Jihye just said, I think because we had a very big group of students, almost about 35 students, and everybody came from a very different education background, even within India, from different states of the country. We had a chance to share our own perspectives of very different educational experiences. So I think that helped all of us see education problems in multiple ways, and maybe a platform like this allows people from across the country to share much more nuanced experiences from their own personal experiences. And I think that really helped us try to reach a solution that was slightly more specific, and it was amazing to see everybody work together so effortlessly, and also to understand group dynamics and collaborative working and share different skills. So thank you.
Personally, I had a really great time, and I hope you all did. Awesome. So there are a couple of things that stood out to me, because when we talk about innovation, something that jumps immediately into the minds of people is, like tech, apps, AI, right? But in the realm of education and also other places, innovation doesn't necessarily mean to be technical. And this is something that we, during the process of the last 5 days, kind of discovered while we're kind of distilling from a large problem space up until this very specific problem. A lot of problems do not necessarily need mobile apps or high tech or AI. And if you were visiting our kind of exhibition, you've seen that most of the projects, the solutions were either physical objects or policies and or concepts or strategies. And this is something that I didn't expect that. I thought that kind of high tech could be used everywhere, but that's definitely not the case. And that's one of the I think learning experience that I personally had. It was also really interesting to learn from the specifics or the problems of India and especially very diverse or I guess contexts or environments. And I would say that it doesn't stop here, as we've heard. A lot of the assumptions that the solutions or proposals had still need to be tested in the real world. And I hope and I really encourage you to kind of keep working on it and make India a better place and also the world. And yeah, thank you all. It was really amazing to work with all of you, and I had a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you all mentors from Reimagining Education. I'm sure the sharing and collaboration is going to be the way forward. Now I would request mentors from healthcare track, uh, Julie Morgan, Guillermo Herrera, Maria Roldan, and Daya. Please welcome them. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I think that making healthcare accessible and affordable to every human, I think is one of the most challenging problems we have as humanity. And I think we have to put everything that's on our hand to make that possible for every citizen in India and all around the world. And I just want to thank all our students and the mentors that I think I'm really, really inspired by all the amazing work you did. And I learned a bunch of stuff about new diseases, how the healthcare system works in India. And I will just encourage everyone to continue working, and hopefully next year we can make incredible progress.
So I would really like to thank all of our amazing participants. We had a very, very fun week with you guys. We learned so much from you. And I encourage you to take all of your ideas to the real world, because you guys are amazing. You're going to keep having great ideas, and we really want to see them become real.
I just wanted to take a moment to talk a little bit about what really impressed me the most about our track. So I think the topic of healthcare really attracts a lot of passionate people to begin with. And when you put a lot of really passionate people on teams together, there can sometimes be some problems. But what inspired me the most about this past week is just seeing how well these teams work through problems together. Sometimes you'd have cases where half the team wants to solve one problem, half the team is interested in another problem, or maybe it turns out the problems that they're interested aren't really problems at all. And so when we take those teams and we work through them with that, and they keep persevering, that's really the moments that we value the most. So I'm really proud of our teams and so happy that they've continued to persevere through all the different challenges they face. So if our participants and volunteers could please stand up, huge round of applause for healthcare.
Thank you all mentors from the healthcare track. I'm sure technology and social innovation is going to be the way forward. Now I would like to invite mentors from community-based health solutions. Yeah. The applause says it all. Emily Sue, Rowan Singh, and Olivia Young.
Hello, my name is Olivia, and these are my co-mentors, Emily and Rowan. And first off, we just want to congratulate our students, because they were really the driving force of this track. And I know I can speak for myself when I say that they really inspired me. So the purpose of our track was for students to identify health problems in India and then come up with a solution with a focus on rural and migrant communities who do not have access to healthcare infrastructure. Our students came in with a lot of broad ideas about the many challenges that they noticed in community healthcare, and we used the first 2 days to really hone in on specific problem statements.
These problem statements developed into very innovative solutions. We saw a new cart for street food vendors, a revolutionized immunization record-keeping system, a ventilation system for chulpas, a self-care kit for women, a sleep monitoring device for children, and a health checkup reminder platform. Most importantly, we also relied on the expertise of our students to identify and understand problems that we could not have otherwise done. For example, one team identified the problem of drug waste, as many drugs are given in excess as preformed strips. They also suggested a solution of donating and redistributing these drugs, a solution that originally seemed completely foreign and implausible to us, but has since grown into a great solution.
We hope that this partnership between students, despite the truly huge scale of the healthcare problem space and the time constraints that we had, we hope all of you have achieved more than you thought possible for yourself. We are grateful to everyone who worked hard to make this workshop happen. In particular, we want to call out all the WeSchool volunteers who gave out their time and energy at every step. We thank all the healthcare professors, doctors, and other experts who generously contributed to the projects. And most of all, we are grateful to the students for their willing spirit and dedication to impactful work. We hope that this is not the last or only time that we can work together with each and every one of you. So can we have the healthcare, community-based healthcare students and volunteers please stand up? Great job, guys.
Thank you all mentors. I'm sure the solutions are going to be cost effective and scalable, which will take us to way forward. Now I would request mentors from public spaces, Patricia Kavarki and Shail Joshi, to please welcome on the stage and give the reflections of the track.
Can all the students from the public space group stand up? Let's do this together. Okay, if you all can hear me, clap once. If you all can hear me, clap twice, thrice. Great. I'm going to keep this super short and simple. You guys have been amazing, just brilliant. The volunteers from the WeSchool, Hiral, Tanai, and everybody else who helped us out, thank you so much. If you guys also can stand up, and please give them a round of applause for them. And lastly but not the least, the two professors from the WeSchool who were part of this, Piyush sir and Painse sir, thank you so much. We dealt with public spaces mainly in Bombay, in Chor Bazaar, Kamatipura, and Buleshwar, and all we did was we had fun, and we hope to get some solutions out there. Thank you.
Thank you, Shail. And now I would like to request
focus on flooding, that's very prevalent here, and then that's what most of our projects were about. Through Indu ma'am and Archana ma'am, thank you so much. We had activists who are doing stuff, actually moving things around in Bombay. We had them come over and educate our students about the problems they face, and the idea was that the students would experience these problems, extract what they could align with, and then try to tackle them, at least figure out methodologies over the next 5 days, and which they can hopefully carry forward. And I'm really happy, we are really happy that that kind of turned out as we had expected it to. And then, so when we started out, we had, at least we saw engineers, business people, architects, people from all sorts of backgrounds, but then by the time it ended, we had informed, passionate problem solvers. And I'm really happy about that.
If I can just ask everybody from our track to stand up, all of the students, please. Awesome. Can we please give them a round of applause? Also, the volunteers from WeSchool, so incredibly thankful to each and every one of you. This has been a wonderful opportunity, one that I will never forget. I feel blessed to be standing next to these two right here, Mahershi and Alessandra. They are brilliant, brilliant, brilliant people, and I feel so blessed to have been able to work with them this whole week, and all of our students as well. Thank you all for this opportunity, and there you go.
No, that's okay. Have a nice night.
Thank you all mentors. Now, the mentors from Housing and Energy, Gabriel Babio and Javier Escobar.
Hello. First, I would like to thank all the participants because I thought I was coming here to mentor and to teach something, but actually I take much more and I'm so inspired after working these 5 days with you. I will also wanted to thank the volunteers, MIT India, for bringing us. It's been such a great experience. And I think we are super surprised with all the projects that came out. Our track was housing, but actually only one project was about the house itself. So it was super, super cool, everything. And it was great to see like how all the different disciplines get together and came out with all the amazing products. And now I will give the word.
Where is our student, please? Great, guys. I prepared just one message for every student. And we are really so proud for participating in this workshop. After this experience, I try everybody to put these ideas or prototypes in the real life, because tomorrow or 2 days, in the next 2 days or in the next year, every prototypes or every product is just trash, right? But our ideas continue all life, because doesn't matter where you're from or doesn't matter where is your city, and you can lose everything in your life, but you can never lose your ideas. For that, I think you try to do it and just do it, because this planet is our planet and this is our moment, right? Thank you.
Thank you, mentors from Housing and the Energy team. I'm sure the insights which we have taken will take us way forward. And now, last but not the least, social empowerment through music by Curtis, Northcutt, and Trev. Seems we'll have a musical reflection.
Once upon a time there were no rhymes, words so hard to find. My life was a grind, every conversation seemed to bind. Now I'm in my mood, man, I'm in my groove. You know English, you know Hindi, join me in mixing the two. चलो अब तुम मेरे साथ सुनो एक कहानी था इसमें एक राजा पर नहीं थी कोई रानी हैरानी मेहरबानी सुनो मेरी जुबानी इस कहानी में था बस एक किरदार खबरदार वो सामने खड़ा तुम्हारे यार एक बार दो बार चाहे कितनी भी बार करे विचार मेरे यार मैं बहुत शर्माता कुछ भी कहना पाता माइक पे कब पाता Here we go, the story of a guy who had stage fright, back right, never come outside, always right, always full of stories inside. He used to shiver and quiver, wondering if he'd deliver. That's right, stage fright, as if people could buy all day, all night, try as hard as he might. A sorry sight. He always tried to put up a fight, a stringless kite. You think he was a shadow, but he was the brightest light. मुझे लगा मैं कुछ कर न पाऊँ, किसको बताऊँ, किसको जताऊँ. ये दुनिया सिर्फ लफ्ज चाहे पर मैं तो बस जज्बात जताऊँ. मैं तो बस दौड़ना चाहूँ बस भागना चाहूँ कहीं रुकना चाहूँ इन बिजली की बत्तियों में कहीं मैं ये दीपक बुझना चाहूँ Here we go, let's take it to the back I in the old me now, my voice attacks Music's been there with me but now my love is rap Love my logic busy, Slim Shady 2-2 back Rap's got my back, come back with my bag My hood और गुड़ देखो अब बने रहा मूड देखो Bilingual rap का एक नया आगाज देखो रैप ने दी है मुझको मेरी आवाज देखो जितने मुँह है उतनी बातें इनसे क्यों हो तुम घबराते अच्छे वक्त में ये आते फिर मुँह नहीं ये दिखाते चाहे जितना ये सताते क्यों इनसे कुछ कह ना पाते अपने दिन और अपनी रातें क्यों इन पे तुम हो गवाते कोयल की आवाज पाते फिर क्यों नहीं हो तुम गाते शेर की पुकार पाते फिर क्यों नहीं हो दहाड़ते जाने कितने गायक आते गुमनाम यहाँ मरे जाते चले पार इनको सुनाते अपन कितना कुछ छिपाते
That song is all this guy right here. This is Satnam.
Okay, my name is Satyam and I'm a chemical engineering student at IIT Varanasi. So, yeah, IITians and rappers don't really go well together. So, but when I came here, like, I had 10 tracks to choose from. So, why music for a chemical engineer? Well, I wanted to do something different. That's honestly all that I thought of when I took this track. And then I met this guy. He's like the coolest PhD ever. You know, as Indians, we like certain things in our children. So you've got to do engineering, and then you've got to work at major companies like Google, Facebook, Apple, and Microsoft, and all those stuff. He's done that all, and he's a rapper. Minus Apple, sorry, yeah. Shout out for Curtis, the rapper, POMDP.
All right, so we got 2 more songs for you. That's the first one. The next one is by this lovely lady, Maroon Mai. Yeah? And it's a really beautiful song. So I just want to play it, and then we can chat for briefly, and then we'll play the third song.
Alone, looking at the ceiling, no one really cared about my feeling. 20 days straight I was dealing. How the fuck do I get some healing? Wanted to get validated from the people that I hated, that are feeling suffocated. Stomped my feet on the ground, danced in front of a mirror, laughed at all my errors, decided to screw my fears. First guy took me on a date, didn't treat me well. Next guy took me on a date, didn't treat me well. Next guy took me on a date, didn't treat me well. I took myself on a date, I got treated well. sadist I was. Emotional I was, what a mess I was. But oh, so beautiful I was. I looked in the mirror, oh I love you, I smiled. Decided to do this for the rest of my life. Conquer the world, oh yes, let me. I understood my power when I met me.
Did you guys catch that last line? That was, conquer the world, please let me. I understood my power when I met me. So, I don't know how to put it. Maybe if mathematics is the language of physics, if C++ and Python are the language of computer science, hip hop is the language of social empowerment. Okay? So maybe think of this track more as, instead of a study session or something, more of a movement. And what's coming after this is these tracks are going in an album called Empower India. So that's MPWR, and we'll release that sometime later this year. It might be a while, but it'll come out. And I wanted to bring everyone on stage, and I didn't expect this to happen. So I actually chatted with everyone beforehand about things that went well, things that didn't go well, and things, social issues that we faced even during this week. And I want to preface the next song, which is a continuation of the previous song, that every single one of us wouldn't be able to stand here and be able to share what we've done if it weren't for WeSchool and all the support and everybody who's made this possible. Like, we're extremely grateful. It's amazing. And at the same time, we're the social empowerment group, so we've got to talk about issues that we face. That's what we're here to do. So in that context, I hope you enjoy the last song.
The pressure's on me to represent for my students. Social empowerment, yeah, we do it through the music. They share their dreams to change India. I show them how to do it. They my sisters, they my brothers, undisputed. I love each and every one of them, and if someone make fun of them, I'll show them they are dumber than these kids. They work the hardest, and that's why they'll go the farthest. Working, getting smarter, flirt with failure, but together we will win regardless. Meanwhile, I'm comfy in the ITC. I'm eating on my buffet, watching my TV in the executive lounge, eating the meat that they bought me, while my students eating something that resembles chapati. Cause I'm a foreigner in India, they treat me a lot friendlier. They fill my bags with gifts, which means the locals' bags are emptier. I'm like, wait a minute, the locals will build this country up. I get the point of sponsorship, but this treatment is monstrous. Poverty surrounds us, but we soaked in the luxurious. I'ma have to pay for this, I feel like God is calling up. They gave us a Mercedes bus, but there's only 4 of us. Meanwhile, 100 students get packed into a Mandali bus. Wait, what? How come I get to eat a nice meat dinner while all of my students getting slightly thinner? The women looking tired, they got bags under their eyes. I asked why, they said they couldn't sleep last night. 40 women in a pack room sleeping on the floor with mildew. 15 women in a bathroom, in a hallway, in a temple. I get there are limited resources for us to do work, but don't you think it's funny? It's the women who are getting screwed first. The media paid us a visit to record us. Men and women working, but guess which group they recorded? So I chased the cameraman down, reached to him with hands out. Please record my women. He said later, I said right now. But it ain't all like this. The hospitality was lit. Anything we needed, WeSchool didn't even challenge it. Work late as we needed to and ate up when we needed food. Assistants were unbeatable, and shout out to the speakers too. So the point is, there are things we're doing well, and there are things that could be better. If a man is gonna fly, well then he probably needs a feather. And that woman, she could fly if only you would frickin' let her. So make today better, then repeat it for forever. I don't know, man, whatever.
thank you for giving us an open space where we felt free to be able to share that and to not feel persecuted, to share how we felt and to come up here and talk about what our lives are like and the things I recognize that they shared with me. That's beautiful, and that is social empowerment, and we tried to embody that just now, and hopefully we did. Thank you.
Thank you, Curtis. I guess we had best for the last. We have our own Gully Boys, sir. We and MIT. Thank you very much. With this, we come to an end of reflection and summary by MIT mentors. Now I would like to invite Mr. Piyush Verma, who's a head of MIT India Initiative, for his deliberations and vote of thanks. Yes.
Hello and welcome to the closing ceremony. Seeing the happy smiles, all of you, makes me very happy, and it brings me this feeling that whatever we did for the last 6 months was indeed worth it. A thought that started many months ago as a concept, not just on the paper, but in our minds, is now in its closing phase. And I cannot be anything but happiest to see this gathering here. Last 5 days were full of ups and downs, love, friendships, support, growth, sheer exuberance. As I've always said, this workshop is not just about these 5 days. It's about creating an atmosphere of innovation in the young minds which are going to lead the future in the world in the years to come. I'm sure that the friendships created in these 5 days will stay there forever and ever. I would like to start the vote of thanks by acknowledging WeSchool. They created this happy little world for us for the last 5 days. They have literally helped us beyond our expectations. Their generous support to pull off an event like this in terms of the scale is amazing. In terms of financial support, human capital, what they have done to us, I cannot put in words. I was not really intending to get into this detail, but today, I really want to share this to everyone. What they have done for us and what goes in the background when others are seeing just the surface picture must be acknowledged. From waking up at 5 in the morning to going back to sleep at 3 in the night for several past weeks, the only way to show my gratitude for them is just by being thankful and giving WeSchool the due credits it deserves. A team of several faculty members, volunteers, support staff, along with the group of these hard-working volunteers round the clock, deserves nothing but the best acknowledgement from my team. Their flexibility to adapt and find the best way to things done is what has made the workshop a success. Like I said on the first day of the workshop, a newborn baby always grows up the best in the laps of grandparents. So thank you, Director Sir. Thank you, WeSchool, for being that grandparent for our little baby. It's called MIT India Initiative. You got our back like anything. Their generous support to all the participants in the form of food, accommodation, workshop materials, local transportation is something that I want to be very specific about in front of everyone. This was a decision that the Velinka leadership team made as a choice, and I thank them from the bottom of my heart. Now coming to my team, the backbone of this event has been with me through the thick and thins of all the days. It was the team that ideated this event and brought all of us together below this roof. From working across time zones to pulling it off in such a short span of time, I cannot thank my team enough. Everyone out here, I can't take all the names because there are so many of them, but I think I should. Safina, Vishesh, Zara, Paritosh, Sameep, Saib, Nainika, please remind me if I'm forgetting anyone. Tanuja, and all the volunteers back in Cambridge and here in WeSchool. Thank you, all of you. The amazingly hardworking student volunteers who are the blood and soul of the execution of this event, I would like to mention them again. Thank you everyone for doing what you did. This initiative is nothing without you. Now thanking the most important aspect of this workshop, the participants, for whom this entire affair was set up. You all have been selected from a lot of thousands of applicants by showing us your sheer excitement to solve the challenges. So congratulations to making it to the top 300. It was you for whom we all came together, and it is you who will take this vision forward. You all are the torchbearers of this workshop. You all started your journey with unknown friends who have now almost become your family over the last 5 days. And I think this is the magic of your energy and passion to create solutions. I'm sure there will always be areas of improvement, but kudos to all of us to put it together, this show, in a very short span of time. Despite the troubles, I'm sure you would have seen the people are smiling now, and it's all about this, to be happy at the end, all of it. I would like to thank, again, WeSchool Director, Dr. Salunke, who was the first one to acknowledge the idea of the initiative and bring it forth in front of all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Piyush. And now I would like to invite Professor Shriram Balakrishna, who is Vice President and Industry Interface of New Initiatives at WeSchool, to give the vote of thanks.
Hi, guys. First of all, it's just not vote of thanks. I think there is a vote bank of thanks. For the last half an hour, we've been thanking each and every one of you. But there are certain people which we would like to thank, because without them, I don't think this would have been possible. Some of the people whom you possibly would not have seen, and some of them who actually graced the occasion. So let me start first with thanking the people who are on the dais. Piyush himself, Sauravji, Honorable Sauravji, who was our chief guest, Honorable Vijay Khole, Honorable Swarnaji. She took time out to come to the various tracks, respective S.K. Jain Saab, respected Rajan sir. He's been there on the first day as well as the last day. So thank you so much, sir, for being with us. Our group director, Director Uday Salunke. And there are certain others. Most of you would not have possibly seen them. And I'd like you to give a rousing applause to our facilities team. It could be louder than this. To all the mentors, to all the faculty members who have been here, thank you so much. And last but not the least, I understand there are some parents here, so thank you all the parents who have been here. And our better halves. Last 5 days have been really grueling for most of us. I can see smile in all the faculty faces. But thank you so much for being here. This is just a beginning, and we hope to meet sometime in future. God bless. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. And now, as all good things come to an end, so this event is the 5 days journey. We all have learned a lot and traveled. So we all can say that we'll have our version 2.0 after this. So now we all will rise for national anthem, and we are going to sing that.
Can you all rise, please, for the national anthem? Jana Gana Mana Adhinayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Bhanga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchchala Jaladita Ranga